Good morning, YouTube. We're back with another video. We picked up some mowers. That one on my I guess be your far on your left. That one over there doesn't have a pull top or anything on it. We picked that one up, and the one on the far right there. Picked those up about 3 weeks ago. I'm reasonably certain that the two, one on the far left and the far one on the right, are probably just parts mowers, but I haven't really looked them up yet. That green one I picked up last fall, and I think it might actually run. When I picked it up, I never tried to crank it, but when I picked it up, someone had the foresight to drain all the gas out of it, and it was actually covered in dust, like it had been sitting in a corner somewhere for a whole bunch of time. So we're gonna get an estimate of all three of these, kind of estimate all three of these, and see which one of them might actually be worth getting a run. If we find one of them that is worth getting running, we might, who knows, we might sell it, we might give it away. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're gonna get started on that far left one because I think that's gonna be junk. Okay, let's take a look at this green one here. Obviously missing a pull top, the air breather, the throttle springs all wild, messed up. I see that the plug has been cut off the end of the coil wire, so you know. Let's see, this thing's got oil all over it. Yeah, see, it's all over the outside and inside of the muffler. Oh, yeah, that one's too stiff to unscrew. Dang, there's oil all here around the spark plug hole. Let's see. Compression seems to hit kind of intermittently, which tells me that it could have a valve that's not doing exactly the way it should. So I think this one, since I don't really have a lot of 3.5 parts, this one is probably not going to be a very good candidate to try to make run again. You know, I probably have all the parts around here to put it back together to be able to try to fire it off, but I just don't believe this one. I just don't believe this one's going to be worthwhile. So let's go ahead and roll him out of the way. Next, we're going to go to that big old Briggs & Stratton Quantum. Okay, well, YouTube, I'm pretty sure some of y'all already know that I do love these Quantum blocks. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They're one of the best motors. I feel like they're one of the best motors that Briggs & Stratton ever built. So when I picked this thing up, the pull top was gone, and I know I don't have one of these around here that's good. So we're just gonna have to kind of work around that. And the way I'm gonna work around that's kind of dangerous, and I suggest that you guys don't attempt it. For some reason, the back wheels were missing off of this thing when I picked it up. I just throwed on two wheels that I had laying around in the yard back there. I can see that nuts and screws out of the handles. This one's been replaced with something somebody just got from Lowe's. That one's got a piece of probably used to be a piece of coat hanger just holding it on. So if it runs, it might be worth doing something with. But you know, I don't have high hopes for this one. All right, hold on YouTube while I get a few tools out to attempt to fire this thing over a couple of times. YouTube, I'm sorry for all the background noise. The trailer park across the road from me over there is getting its grass cut. All right, let's get started with this. Well, that ain't very good, YouTube. Look at the air filter. Yeah, that's pretty much the jump. Okay. I'm just gonna turn this thing on the side, dump a little gas in the carburetor, and hope for the best. Like I said, I don't have high hopes for this thing. Well, maybe y'all can see. I don't know how well this is going to work, YouTube, but we're going to try it anyway. Oh, it's been fired, YouTube. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. Well, that didn't actually sound all that bad, YouTube. We're going to try to put this thing off to the side and see. We might do a video series on this. I was not actually expecting it to fire off that easy, but I didn't hear anything to really indicate that this thing was on its last leg. It might have knocked a little bit, but you know, these Briggs, they will run for quite some time while they're knocking. Like I said, I'd have to get this thing actually into a running condition to be able to actually listen to it and see see if that was right knock that I heard. I don't know, that might have been rod knocking, it might not have been. Okay, so we're just gonna take this puppy and set her off to the side. Who's that up there hollering? What are they hollering at? Oh well. If it's we're gonna hold on to this one for a little bit, YouTube. All right, let's see about this here old Tecumseh, YouTube. Okay, YouTube, I see oil all over the side of this thing right here, you know. So, but with Tecumsehs, that don't exactly mean a whole lot. They had a bad thing from, and in my experience, right around here at the bottom of the crankcase, they leaked. They were kind of notorious for it. Back in the shop, back in the days when I worked in the shop, about every one of them that come in was leaking oil there, unless the thing was just absolutely brand new. But let's see. No gas. I believe this was the best air filter Tecumseh ever had. The old foam filter. I sure did like it when these would come in the shop. In fact, I got another one that I saved around here somewhere. I don't know exactly where it's at anymore, but it's the same style, but it's white plastic instead of black plastic. But yeah, this old plastic is good and thick. Shame the old Tecumseh motors weren't that great though. Plastic gas tanks good and thick. I've got several of these old gas tanks saved out back, which maybe at the end of the video I'll show y'all my parts pile for that kind of stuff. I got all kind of old obsolete gas tanks and stuff laying out back. Well, the brake cable works. YouTube, I think what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna get a little crazy with this. I'm gonna just fill it up with gas and see if it'll crank and run. I got a feeling that it probably will. Oh yeah, we need to check and see if this thing's even got a blade on it. I forgot to. Those tiny little Tecumseh mufflers right there. Ooh wee. I hate those mufflers. Those things are so darn loud. Well, YouTube, it's got a piece of a blade. Ha 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 ha. I think it's on upside down, YouTube. Well, maybe it's not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tighten that blade up real quick. Hang on while I get a tool to do that, YouTube. Okay, we're back, YouTube. Sorry about that delay. Well, just an instant for y'all. Yeah, of course. These things are usually 5/8 or 9/16 YouTube, and I put on a 5/8, and this one's 9/16. I tell you, my brother gave me this DeWalt impact driver one time. I'll tell you, at first I was kind of against all this battery powered stuff, but I sure do like this little impact driver. I really do. You know, I'm probably gonna try to invest in a couple more batteries and stuff, just so that I've got them. But dang, I sure like this little thing. Look, well, you probably can't see it, but it's even got little lights on it. So it's lights on it, so you can see what you're about to break. I mean, what you're about to tighten. Alrighty. I don't know if it actually tightens it tight enough, but just for trying to crank this thing for a couple seconds, I think it'll be okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and move all this stuff out of the way, YouTube, because this thing cranks. I don't want to blow dirt and trash all over my tools. And of course, we got to spill at least a little bit, YouTube. So we got spark plug wire back in. Now this thing's got a primer on the side of it. I'm not entirely sure it's working. You know what? We're gonna prime it the easy way. Hey, YouTube, it's fired. Of course. Hold on, YouTube. I forgot about these old these old Tecumseh pull tops are famous for the springs not being real good in them. Well, it's fired again, YouTube. It's not cranking, but it's firing. Let's get rid of this out. Let's get this out of the way. You know what? YouTube, we're going to go ahead and put this air filter back in. It might create a little bit of a draw, make it crank. YouTube, I think we got a runner. I absolutely was not expecting that. It's running, but it's got a little spit and pop to it, so we know we're going to clean that carburetor. YouTube, would y'all like to see what would y'all like to see me do with this thing? Let me know in the comments, and well, let's go into a little bit more detailed overview of this thing. This is obviously been put together, I believe out of parts sometime before it come to me. The brackets there for the wheels, they're broke. That was a problem with these old Weed Eater brand mowers. They had little tabs that poked through a hole in the frame, and every one of them I ever saw has been broke. So we're gonna have to. I'm thinking maybe let's put this thing on a different frame and get it running, right. Maybe touch the paint up a little bit. Anyway, let me know y'all what y'all think, YouTube. All right, thank y'all for watching. I would appreciate it if you guys would like, subscribe, and comment. If we'll try to get started working on this thing next weekend. All right, thank you again, YouTube. Y'all have a good day.